Welcome, lovers. This is Love Dr. Pamela Smith. Thank you for joining me as we talk another night of love and relationship, ways to find solutions and strategies to getting love, keeping love, and enhancing the love you're already in. You know how I do it. I give you a topic that's going to help you with your relationships. So, what is the topic tonight? The topic is, do you feel rejected? And in that, I want you to ask questions based on love and sex or your relationship. What is it that you think that you're being rejected about in your relationship? So I want to quickly give you a quick basic talk. I don't go into details because there's a whole lot we can talk about, and we're going to be talking about from now on and now on. But let's get into what is rejection, okay? Now, rejection is when someone feels that a person that they're interacting with or maybe try to communicate with, or be it information, it could also be something you're trying to give a person more information about. It could be emotional connection. It could be intimacy. You feel that when that person or that situation doesn't go your way, you think it's a form of rejection. Now, remember, we're talking about relationships, not about your private life or business or whatever, but it involves that. Everything about rejection can happen within personal life or in your business life. But what we're going to talk about is in your relationship life, in your personal life. Now, so what happens that some people feel this way? And this is why we're talking about this. What reason that some people feel this way? And a lot of times people feel that way because they believe that the rejection can be deliberate. That a person that they have an interest in is not interested in them and deliberately is, doing it versus, just saying, hey, I'm not interested. So they deliberately do it, or you feel like they're doing it and you feel rejected, right? So, and you get that because you feel rejected when you believe you have a great idea, when you have a great decision you're trying to make. You feel rejected from embarrassment when you coming up with something, your desires. It could be rejection of sex. You feel rejected if someone would not accept how you're feeling and the way you're feeling. You feel rejected, meaning you feel hurt. You feel embarrassed. You feel like it's intentional and, like I said, deliberate. But a lot of times, rejection is not what you think. Rejection can happen for many reasons. That person who you believe is rejecting you, you think that is happening intentional. Or they're aware of you, or they're aware of your desires, or they're aware of what you're creating, and that because they're not going along with your desires, idea, what you have to offer, you feel it's a rejection. And that has a lot to do with something you as a person need to control and handle, okay? Because, and let's talk about this when it comes to when you actually try to meet someone. And so I talked about ways that you can go out and meet someone, how you can get them attracted to you, how you can be attracted to them, right? But what happens is sometimes people you are interested in or attracted to is not ready for you. And that's what you've got to recognize and realize when you're meeting. When you're trying to go out and meet someone, and it may be someone you like, that person may not be ready for you. Or they may already be in a relationship. They're not necessarily rejecting you. It's just not the time. And some people don't know how to have a decent conversation. They don't know how to talk to you about their feelings. They don't know how to say how they truly feel at that moment because they don't know you. So why do I have to explain to you why I'm not interested? Why do I have to explain to you I'm not ready? Why do I have to explain to you what I don't want at this time? And so what you have to understand is that, yeah, rejection can make you feel bad. It feels like they hurt you. It can feel like pain. But you got to remember, when you're meeting someone, they're not ready for you. You have to think like that they're just not ready for you. You have to think that that's not the one. They're not the one. They're not your mate. Because the person that is going to be attracted to you and someone that you can enjoy a relationship with, even if it's not going to be your mate for the future, that person will be attracted to you and interested in you, and you won't get the rejection. Because sometimes we meet and it could just be the enlightenment of a friendship, not necessarily a sexual mindset of a relationship. So there's different ways you take that. See, when you have rejection in your business life, it has a lot to do with what you're trying to work on, what you're trying to achieve. And so when it doesn't work out, maybe that particular top situation is not going to happen at that time amongst other people within your business. But when it comes to relationship, it's different, and you can't bring the rejection of your business into the rejection to your personal life. And I'm going to do a talk on that, because we have to learn how to separate business and personal. And things that happen in your business life, it's a similarity that happens in your personal life. You see what I'm saying? And so you need to know when to keep them separate. Now, when we're talking about rejection, okay, when you're talking about the rejection of someone making you feel that way, that could happen in meeting, but it could also happen within your relationship. And then I'll give you an example. So let's say, for instance, you want to go out and you want to take someone that date somewhere. They like to just take them somewhere, and they say to you, well, that's not where I want to go, or I don't like that restaurant. You think they're rejecting what you like, when actually maybe they don't eat fish. Maybe they don't eat pasta. Maybe they don't eat steak. You don't know what it may be. So to solve a dating situation that you feel rejected, you have to say, well, why do you feel that way? Don't take it personal and don't feel rejected. Just say, well, why do you feel that way? What happened that you don't like that restaurant? Or because sometimes people hear what someone else say and bring their feelings into what they were feeling, and they may have never been. So you have to know how to say, well, why do you feel that way? Don't take it personal. Don't feel rejected. Don't feel like they're trying to hurt you, because you're bringing on pain for nothing. Because rejection is just something that you put in your mind. When you're really strong within yourself and what you're capable of doing, when somebody tell you no, and I'm not able or not interested, hey, you have to think in your mind, what's their loss? You have to think in your mind, well, they're missing out, not you. So why do you feel rejected? Don't feel rejected. Move on and go to the next, because that next may be better than what you were trying to go after or attract. Now, when you know that when you are in a marriage situation and you feel rejected by your mate, that's all about communication. That's all about letting your mate know, I didn't like the way you stated that to me. So you have to tell them how you feel within that situation, why you felt that way. What was about it that made you feel rejected? You have to be able to talk to people that you have within your life. You have to know how to tell them how you feel. So if you feel bad about it, sure, it hurts, like I said, but you got to know how to understand that's just, they may not have intentionally did it. They don't know that they rejected you. They just know at that moment in their life and at the moment at that time, they weren't interested, or they're not ready, or they have something else going on, or they don't want to, or they're not willing to compromise. So you have to know the difference. If it's someone that you are like I said, reaching out to move on. You just move on, because that person is, again, they're not for you. And just admire them from afar and say, that's just not the person for me. That's all. You don't have to chase something or keep going over, even like having a conversation over and over about something that somebody's not going to change. You see? So I just wanted to just talk about the rejection, how you handle that. Handling rejection is simple. It's simple as keep your smile on your face and keep it moving. It's as simple as that. If somebody is not ready or interested in you, then they're not your mate. If someone that is in your relationship that is rejecting your ideas and your desires, that's just not what they want to do. They're staying in their lane and they're living their life, and then you just live yours. Okay, so I hope that helped you. So thank you for that time and that conversation as we talked about why you're being rejected, okay? Or how to deal with being rejected.